DatosX is in essence a organization that is focused on running digital health tech-focused trials in a more cost-efficient and time-efficient manner. We do that by partnering with healthcare systems that give us access to their patients and healthcare providers and make it possible to run these trials in a way that no one else has thought of running them previously.
Welcome to Startup Health TV, where we celebrate the entrepreneurs and innovators who are transforming health. I'm Logan Plaster with my guest here, Robin Roberts, the CEO and co-founder or the founder of DatosX, CEO and founder of DatosX. Great to see you. Welcome to the studio.
Thanks so much, Logan. It's great to be back.
Awesome. We talked just a few months ago, and that was a special interview because you were just launching the company. When did you actually go live?
That was actually that day, October, I think it was 11th or 12th or something like that.
Right,
Yeah.
okay. So you're just a few months in.
Yeah.
How have things changed in 4 or 5 months?
Incredibly. We have, so we had a pretty good understanding of what our business was going to look like because we've been running the business for 2 years within Novartis. So we had a good expectation in terms of what our traction would be and what our, what the market reaction would be. What we found out in October was that we were pretty off.
Okay.
And we got actually more traction than we were expecting, which is
You're
wonderful
off in the other
news.
direction.
Off in the other direction,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
More traction than what we were expecting. Our projections for this year are about 2x below what it is right now for half the year. So things are looking pretty good. It's just it's a new problem, but a welcome problem to have, and we're excited.
Okay. So we know that it's a hot 5 months. Now, what are you building?
So now what we're looking to do is to make sure that what we put into place is something that is a business that is scalable, meaning that we're able to run trials that are not just cost efficient and time efficient, as which is really our focus and our main reason for existing, but we're able to do it in a repeatable manner, and we're able to do it with trials running in parallel, which seems to be exactly what we're going to have to do over the course of just this year. We were expecting to do that a little further down the road, but again, a wonderful problem to have, and we're happy to have it.
Okay, so give me the elevator pitch. What is DatosX?
So DatosX is in essence a organization that is focused on running digital health tech-focused trials in a more cost-efficient and time-efficient manner. We do that by partnering with healthcare systems that give us access to their patients and healthcare providers and make it possible to run these trials in a way that no one else has thought of running them previously. It creates an incredible amount of opportunity, not just for the digital health tech companies that we're helping to gather this important data for, but also for the healthcare systems that we're working with, in that they are now able to run studies for projects or for technology that they were already interested in running before, and they're able to do that in a really cost-neutral way because of the model that we've put into place, but yet still have access to the important data that tells them, hey, this thing is working really well, or maybe it needs to be adjusted in the following ways, or maybe it's not working and we should be looking at a different solution.
So how are you able to make it cost neutral? Is that because both sides are interested in getting this trial done?
Yeah, the model that we put into place works the following way. So let's say, for example, a digital health tech company hires us in order to run a trial because they need to collect data for some kind of regulatory submission. We then go through a matching process internally to match that solution, that project, we call it project, with the right healthcare system that we have within our sphere. That healthcare system we've already been working with for some time. We have a full understanding of what their interest level is in different different technical projects or technology projects. We know what they're not interested in, most importantly, and we bring to them the things that are within their scope of interest. And when we bring it to them, they have the option to opt in. The reason they opt in is because, one, in executing the trial, it creates a bit of a revenue stream for them. But most importantly, and the biggest reason they opt in is because, again, they're opting into running a trial that is testing a technology they're already interested in testing. So they get access to data that tells them whether this technology works in their organization, with their healthcare providers, with their patients, and it's cost them nothing to do that.
And on the founder side, you are linking them up to the exact organization that they're hoping to connect with.
That's right. It creates creates a real great opportunity for there to be a commercial relationship that happens even outside of the execution of the trial itself.
So you've got, at that point, because you are nurturing relationships with important hospital system partners, you've got to be very careful about who you work with on the founder side, on the business side, right?
That's right.
Can't just be anybody who wants to do a study that you then pass off to a hospital partner.
That's right.
Valued relationships.
That's right. We use the experience we've decades of running clinical trials, but also considerable experience in the digital health tech side to be able to identify those studies and those projects that are most likely going to be good fits for the healthcare systems that we're working with. And to be fair, many of the healthcare systems that we're working with have innovation teams that also go through a bit of a vetting process with the companies that we bring to them. So we're sure to do to vet those companies ourselves, but they're also sure to do the vetting on their part as well. So the companies that are selected and that actually run through are, going through an interesting process. But again, are given this opportunity, once in a lifetime, really opportunity, especially for some of these smaller companies, to partner with a potential commercial customer that they may not have been able to connect to for years down the line.
Yeah, and you've been building those and nurturing those relationships. I want to understand a little bit more about you as a CEO and a founder. You did similar work to this with Novartis, is that correct?
That's right, yeah. So DatosX was really spun out of Novartis, an organization. So I was the co-founder and chief operating officer of the Novartis Biome, now the co-founder and chief executive officer of DatosX. But in the Biome, when we founded the Biome, was really designed to connect Novartis with the digital health ecosystem. And one of the things that made us unique was that we put into place not just an innovation process, but a set of tools that underpin each part of that innovation process that allowed that innovation process to be more than just a plan, an actual executable plan within the organization. One of the key tools that we developed was to solve the problem that sits in the middle of the innovation process, which is you have to test the digital health solution, the digital health technology, for whatever use case you want to utilize it in. That's just common sense.
Yeah.
But it's common sense that has no solution to it inside of your usual pharma company. And so we needed to develop a tool that allowed us to have access to those patients and healthcare providers, and that became known as the Evidence Lab. The Evidence Lab was really the seed of what is now DatosX, and has since grown into something quite different from what it was within Novartis, but certainly took that initial development and that initial product that we had created inside the organization.
Very interesting. And I know that before Novartis, you trained as a Navy SEAL. So I have to ask, how did that SEAL training kind of prepare you for this founder life that you're in now?
Yeah, I went into BUDS, and BUDS is Basic Underwater Demolition School for SEAL training, and I can tell you it's not too dissimilar. There's when you go into BUDS, there's a lot of people telling you that it's impossible to do what it is you're committed to doing. Sometimes it's even people that aren't instructors. Sometimes it's people in your own circle. Sometimes it's people in your own family. And what BUDS does really well is it identifies those that are absolutely 100% committed to succeeding. And in this business, you have to be exactly that. I have no doubts whatsoever that this company will be a success because I won't stop until it is.
Yeah. What are you most excited about for the next 12 months in terms of milestones or partnerships?
It's a great question. The next 12 months, I'm excited to see the growth of this company into an efficient system that is working at scale. Okay. And I think that is something that we expected to do. We always expected to do, but we expected to do it a little further down the road. Now it seems like something that we'll be doing sooner rather than later, and I'm really excited about that.
All the systems necessary to run multiple trials at once, different locations, timelines.
That's right. And watching the team work together now and making that a reality. I mean, I'm in awe of everything that our chief operating officer and co-founder Dr. Walwima is doing, and other members of the team as well. Alexandra Forno, who is our VP of operations, and others. I mean, it's just amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure that military training is also starting to kick in as you think about growing the team, making them one cohesive unit.
Yeah, it's the most, I hear often, especially in corporate America, this idea of a high functioning team, and you'll find no higher functioning team than in a special operations organization. And one thing you learn really quickly is what exactly that means, and taking a lot of the lessons that were learned in that training has done really well for me so far here in the corporate world.
I love it. I love it. Well, Robin, I appreciate the update. I can see the application of what you're doing with so many of the companies that we work with. There's been a lack of validation, a lack of the tools needed, and so really feels like you're at the right place at the right time, and you're going to do a lot of good for a lot of companies. So thanks for the update.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
All right,
Thank you.
thanks, Robin.
Take care.
All the best.